Okay, here we go. This is going to be a Same Sex Wednesday. It's a challenge from Tanya McGuire, and I've been asked to participate with them this year. So this is going to be for December, and this is Tanya's package. She has a piece of ribbon, and she has some yarn, and she's got some wrapping paper here. She's got a tab or a label of some sort, and she has a book pocket, and then some brads. These are all 6 items, and I'm supposed to make a page out of them. So here is my book, my Same Sex Wednesday book, and I'm just going to dive right in and pick a page and see what we can do in this with these items. I have no idea except just to start putting them down somehow in the book. I can do this. I could use this. I'm interested, I think, more of it this way. And I'm going to pull the wire. There's a wire in this, and I'm going to pull the wire out of both of the edges. And it should come right out like that. It's a piece of copper wire. I'll have to send that into, I've got a drawer over here with some wire in it. Might be able to use it for something else. Or I might be able to use it with my tassel. So that would be good if I'd make a tassel out of this. So I like that idea. So I'm going to put this down first. And I'm just going to use glue all. It's just a typical Elmer's glue all is the glue I'm going to use. And I'm going to just start by putting this down like this. And this one over here on this edge. And I'm just going to flip it over and put it in the book. And that's just the way it's going to be. So then I do have, I've got this pocket to use yet. So I think I'm going to put it down just as is. And I was thinking about this wrapping paper. It was in squares, and I went ahead and cut the squares up. It just has 2 images on it. One says Noel and one says peace. So I'm going to put one on the pocket, and I'm going to put peace on the pocket. Use a little bit of glue. And I've used lots of different glues, and I don't mind having just regular glue all is works fine for me. I'm just going to take a credit card and smooth that peace sign down a little bit. And I'm going to end up gluing that on there as well. So there was a little piece of gold thread. I'll take that off. And I will be trimming the edges up here after that dries. And I think I'm going to take my credit card and smooth the glue out from underneath the ribbon just in case. And I think that'll be fine. I think that will glue down fine. So I will be putting this pocket here, and I do think maybe inking around the edges. I'm pretty sure I'm allowed to use a few items from my desk. Inking should be approved. And I think I'm going to go with a darker red, or I could even pick up the blue and the green on the edge of this. How about let's try this green just for fun. and see if that will make it pop off of the page. That'll pull it together and bring the wrapping paper on top of the ribbon. And I'll get this inside in here, this little ledge, like that. Little green, that's all right. I like that. I'm just going to go ahead and glue that down. And I'll put a little bit in the middle of it for strength. And I'm just going to put it here at the bottom, towards the bottom. Center it there, and I am going to trim these edges here in a little bit. I'll do that last. So I have the other wrapping paper, and like I said, it was in blocks, and I cut the blocks apart, and it only had, you know, these two. It was like this on the paper. And so I'm just going to alternate them, and I'm going to put them together. And I think I'm going to use my, I've got a title thing, but I think I'm going to put this up here on top of my paper and make a little pad. And maybe you can be some journaling on the back of these pads. So I'll need to put, I've got 2 brads and a snowflake here. So I'm going to put two holes right there, and I can mark them. And I've got a hole maker tool that is right here. So this is my goal, is to put this down here. So I don't particularly have to go all the way through the paper. So I think what I'll do is, there's a gnat in my room. Sorry. I think I'll just going to pick this up, pick my papers up and stack them. And I marked a hole right there. I see one on this side, and there should be one right over here, right here. Okay, right there. So I see the holes. So I'm going to make a hole where they are marked. One there. And one there. And this is where my label thing will go. And I can use my little brads to put it together. Another thing while I'm here is, on my envelope, she just happened to have some really, really cute, amazing washi tape on the back of her envelope. And I saved a little piece of it, and I think amazing would look cute on this label if I can get it on there straight. And I think I just did. That looks amazing. So I'm just going to fold that washi tape right on that label tag and see if I can get it. I might have to glue it down a little bit, so because it is washi tape and it did lift up. So I'm going to put a little bit of glue down here and see if I can't get that all glued down to where it'll stay. That side looks good. And that's going to look cute on top of everything, I hope. It is. It's going to be cute. Glue this side of the washi tape. Like that. And I'm just going to hope that sticks. I hope it's going to stick. We'll just have some faith on that. So I'm gonna get my brads out, and then there's there's two brads and a little star there, and I think the star would look cute on the pocket. There's a star in the paper, so let's get those out, and I can put the brads on top of my paper. Got two holes, and I'm going to put that on top, and then I'm going to glue the top edge down. But I'm going to go ahead and put the brads in now. I could put them through the page and all that, but this will work. This will work okay. You'll see. I'll show you. And then this side, I lost it. Oh, shoot. There it is. Don't lose it. So let's get that brad in there and turn the right direction. There we go. So I got the two brads in there on the little wrapping paper. This could be the little wrapping paper notes. Sometimes you might need to take some notes, at this time of the year. This will be December's, and you might need to tear off a note to remind you to pick something up for stockings or something. So that's going to be there. And then I have a star on my piece down here, and I was thinking about that brad going right there. So that's where I'm going to put it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open the brad like that, and I'm going to use a pokey tool, and I have a pokey tool somewhere in all this. I've got pokey tools. This is a little blade, and I'm just going to poke in the middle of that star right there, and it's going to be just big enough for my brad to go through. So I'm just going to go ahead and stick my brad on there. There's one little side, and then it went in right away. And then I will separate the brads the best I can on the other side. You're not going to be able to see it. As long as it lays flat, it'll be just fine. And I got them separated, believe it or not. And it looks like it's flat enough. So I'm going to glue this down, and it's paper, so it'll glue down right there. And that's my part of my page. I could also put this in here to come out. And then I have my tassel to make, and I'm trying to think what would be a good thing to do so that it would be flat. I would love to make a big chunky tassel, but the thing about that is it's in a flat book, and it's going to be, a little bit raised with this stuff. So when I close my book, it's going to be fluffy. But maybe I can make something flat. And but I'm going to go with the tassel. So I'm going to go with get the two ends together. Find the two ends. And if it's a super chunky tassel, it's a chunky tassel. We're just going to live with it because we like our tassels around here. So there's one end and there's the other end. So what I'll do here is go down in the middle and find the other end. That's 4. There's 8. There's 16. How big of a tassel do we want? I'm thinking 8 might be enough, and I'll have some left over. And they said that I only needed to use 6 items, and I didn't have to use all of them, that I could use just 3 of them. But I think I'm going to use them all, but I just may not use all of the yarn. So I'm going to make a smaller tassel, and this will be 2, 4, 6, 8. There'll be 16 strands on my tassel. So I'm going to take my wire and go into the middle of it and twist. And I can even take this wire and wrap it around and do away with my ends. It blends in with the yarn, so you really can't see it. So that's good. So I'm just going to go around and around a few times, and that way I don't have to worry about it ever coming apart. And this wire is probably thin enough for me to take my craft scissors and trim it off. So there's one. And so I'm going to take the other wire, and it's got a loop right there. And I'm going to come down about 1 inch, and I'm going to wrap this wire around there. So I can make my tassel. Make this part of the tassel. And if I get any yarn left over, which I will, I can cover up this layer right here with some of the yarn. But the brass wire doesn't look bad. It matches the gold, the shiny in the ribbon. So here's that. Get this other end wrapped around and make a little band here. I like it. Be just fine. So I'm going to attach this right there, and I think I can attach it with this other. I got 2 little pieces of wire left, and I think I can go through my page and do a little sewing technique of some sort with the wire. And if I go down, I'm going to use my needle. I got a needle over here. Got an embroidery needle. And I'm going to, this is where my tassel is going to be attached. I'm going to put a hole there and a hole on the other side of my paper, and it's going through the paper. Now I'm going to thread my wire down where the hole was. I thought it was right there. I have to guess again. Well, I can always go up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the page, and I'm going to take my wire and put this end through to the front, and then I'll take the other end to the front. Like that. So that'll be the back side. And then the front side, I'll have the 2 open ends, make it even, and then I can lay my tassel right there and twist it together. There and there. So I'm just going to gather the two ends and try to pull them together, twist, and make it snug. Keep twisting until it's attached. And I think that's going to be just fine. It's on there nicely. So with the rest of the wire, I'm just going to push it down into the middle to the back of the tassel, or I could even trim it off, but I think I'm going to leave it under there, and then I'll bring the tassel to the front, and here's my tassel. So this is going to stay like that in a loop fashion, and this is going to be trimmed right about there. So let's give her the little haircut. That looks cute. And little trimming here. One more. Even it up. Did I get it? I lost it. Oh, it'll come out. Here it is. Found it. Trimmed that. Just a little trimmings there. There's my tassel. There's my writing pad. And I've got another piece of the ribbon, and I think I'll take and maybe try to make a little tie here and see if I should have tried to make a bow or something out of it. But this is just wrapped around the wire part. Trim that off a little bit. Let's see what we got over here. If I got a long piece. There's a long piece. And I'm going to show you how I make a bow. You take and make 2 bunny ears and tie the 2 bunny ears in a knot. And there you have an instant bow. All you have to do is fluff the little ears the way you want them on each side. And there it is. And you can take and tie it on with the other thread, or you can glue it down, whatever you would like to do. I'll just tie it on. The only thing left we have to do, and I know you can't really see the bow, but the bow is there, is to trim the top and the bottom off of my original ribbon. But there's my bow. So, and I've trimmed this off to match the tassel. And we have us a little December page. Got a little bit of wire left. I don't think I'm going to need that. But I used everything except for this wire and this much of the wrapping paper that was left over on the ends. And this much ribbon. The rest, I used it on here. So I think I did really good in using everything. Now, the other girls that are in this group are also going to have the same items, and they will make a page with their things. And so we are done. So I hope that you all enjoyed it, and be sure and watch all of the other videos. I've got a list of names of everybody. There's Tanya McGuire and Lisa Conley and APG Jamie, Maria Verano, and Barbara Clark that are also playing along. So be sure and find their videos so that you can see how they did the same 6. I'm sure it'll be fun. And I think I'll have to get another little pair of scissors to snip that little piece right there. There we go. These are craft scissors. Craft scissors. These are sewing scissors. So let's trim this off. There. I used it all. So thank you, Tanya. And that's all I'm going to do today. Thank you very much. Bye.